Hello everyone, my name is Yusramawati, English Literature of University Bina Sarana Informatica from class 33 for B7. So in this video, I would like to present about the text of advanced listening for the meeting sick, and there are 3 audios that we have to listen and read about the audio. For the audio 1, the first audio tells about a small piece of gingerbread that has legs and can run very fast. The story begins with a pair of grandparents and a small child. One morning, an old woman made gingerbread in the shape of a man with sugar coating for hair and clothes, little dough for the nose and eyes. While the gingerbread was in the oven, the old woman asked the little boy to watch the gingerbread and turn on the oven while she and the grandfather went into the garden to dig potatoes. Not long after watching the gingerbread, a sound was heard and the oven door opened, and the gingerbread jumped and ran towards the oven door of the house. The little boy ran after it, screaming, but in the end, the gingerbread was able to run away until it was out of sight. Gingerbread came to 2 men who were digging a well. They asked Gingerbread where he was going. Gingerbread said that he had beaten an old woman and an old man as well as a child, and he said that he could beat them too. Running back to the gingerbread, it wasn't long before he met 2 men who were digging a ditch. They asked, "Where are you going, Gingerbread?" Just as Gingerbread had previously answered that he had outrun an old woman and an old man, a small child, and 2 wild dangers. He said that he could also outrun the 2 ditch dangers. They threw soaps and chased them, but the gingerbread can't treat them too. They left the child and sat down to rest. The gingerbread meets a bear. The bear says, "Here comes a gingerbread man." Gingerbread said that he had defeated an old woman and an old man, a small child, 2 ditch dangers, and he could also defeat the bear. The bear chased Gingerbread and ended up falling far behind. Gingerbread approached a wolf. The wolf said, "That's your goal, Mr. Gingerbread." The wolf said that he had defeated 2 old men, a child, 2 wild dangers, 2 ditch dangers, a bear, and he said that he could defeat the wolf. The wolf chased the gingerbread man, and the gingerbread ran so fast he couldn't see it. Gingerbread came to a fox. The fox asked, "Where are you going, Gingerbread?" Gingerbread answered that he had defeated 2 old men, a boy, 2 old men, and an old woman. Defeat an old man and an old woman. Defeat an old man and an old woman, a boy, 2 wild dangers, 2 ditch dangers, a bear, a wolf, and Gingerbread said that he could also defeat the fox. Then the fox beat the gingerbread with its sharp teeth. For the second audio, it tells the story of Colin. The grumpy king is a very grumpy fish who lives in the pond with Prince Bertie the frog. How a very grumpy fish who lived in a pond with Prince Bertie the frog was turned into king for a day and tried to ban football. It started a week ago when Bertie, who was by the pool at the edge of the palace, was turned into a frog by an evil queen. She stopped by the chat with Colin and they had a pretty good relationship. How is the state of evil in her kingdom? Asked Colin. The evil queen rant at late. He complained that the throne room was messy due to the children laying their toys around carelessly. Carelessly. Carelessly, Barker, a stupid place dog, ran and slobbered on her hand. The queen didn't like animals. She complained about the king. The king is not royal enough, said the queen. He was so kind and so disgusting. Oh yes, your majesty, agreed Clay. You are absolutely right. The current wiping alone is not enough. Colin shouted, okay, you can enjoy your fun game of football. No one heard him. Some of the angriest people were climbing the place, drain pipes, and onto the balcony. King Colin got scared. King Colin got scared. King Colin got scared. King Colin got scared and rushed back inside. He saw the evil queen and called to her, my dear queen, save us. They are completely rebellious. The queen agreed, but then she added, the old king may be a fool, but at least he knows how to score goals for the court football team. And with that she pointed her wand at King Colin and showed fish flesh Colin court football team, and with that she pointed her wand. Fish flesh. Colin found himself wet once again, and breathing underwater he heard a shrill voice say, Colin, what's your favorite color? He turned around and saw a silly little puppy named Tim. Usually he would be very annoyed by such useless questions, but today he felt comforted to see little Tim. I don't know, said Colin. Actually, I don't know much. I'm just a stupid old fish, you know. All I do is swim all day, and with that he managed to change his gaze into a smile, and that's the story of the angry king. Bertie said that the moral of the story is that if you put a fish in charge, that's what you can expect. Nothing but trouble. Frogs are much more royal, said Bertie, and maybe he's right. For the third audio is about science. For the third audio is about science. Professor Hilary Twine worked at Yale University. She participated in city-related research for NASA and private organization SETI. SETI is the abbreviation for Search for extraterrestrial intelligence. Do UFOs exist? Scientists don't necessarily believe that there are aliens roaming the Earth. They fly around the environment in silver discs. What should one believe? Is there intelligent life somewhere, or in the solar system, or in another galaxy? Believe if UFOs is not a prerequisite for being able to do the job. We all believe that this intelligent civilization exists, but not everyone believes that they have set foot on planet Earth. The distance involved are quite astonishing, and it's not just a matter of picking up the point. This is one of the most difficult parts of working as a city researcher, like how difficult the task of finding a needle in a high stake is. Professor John Turgon, who works for NASA, explained that this to some children at school last year. In the middle of Alaska, there were 2 or 3 other snails perched on the coast of Alaska, hundreds of miles away, and he couldn't go any faster. Very spidery like a snail. Life on other planets was involved and active in the 1960s and 1970s. The signal activated to try to find the other person. We sent probes in the space with messages on them, photos and music from Earth on rudimentary image. This also sent a map. Wait and listen for signals. There are many reasons why this makes a lot more sense. First of all, realistic question. Think again about our snails in Alaska. We are also looking for advanced civilization. It would be great to find mushrooms on Mars or other planets. One that is capable of long distance interstellar communications and maybe travel. That's why we listen radio and TV waves into space for about 70 years ago, coming from other planets and star systems. Okay, that makes sense, but so far it seems we haven't found anything in sort. Yes, that's correct. The famous said that scientists talked about many years ago. If these people exist in such great numbers as we believe, where are they? This is quite worrying. Total silence. And it's quite easy to start thinking that we might be alone here. Do you personally believe that? Not too so how do you explain the silence? It could be a whole list of things. We may be looking in the wrong place. We may not have the technology to capture anything broadcast to by civilizations more advanced than ours. Would we have been able to catch radio waves in the days of Jefferson and Washington? Is there really an advanced civilization in our corner of the universe? What is the actual age of advanced civilization? Extraterrestrial intelligences became so smart that they destroyed themselves. It's only been a century or two of so-called progress, and there is already environmental damage. Nuclear destroyed themselves. It's only been a century of two of so-called progress, and there is already environmental damage. Nuclear proliferation and overpopulation. Any form of life is possible only in the universe. Is a very large place, and we just scan our galaxy. Realize that we still have a lot of real estate to go through. What is the first question you would ask the little green man? Oh, good question. Well, I guess I'll ask someday survive. My point refers back to what we talked about earlier. How do you get past? Question. How do you get past question? Well, I guess I'll ask how they survive. My point refers back to what we talked about earlier. How do you get past the stage of being technology, speaking about destroying yourselves, something we are struggling with today. And how do you feed a growing population? And how do you ultimately control the population without simply destroying the environment of your home planet? Yes, you are cheating because they only give you one question to ask. Oh, it's okay. Sorry, Professor Harley Twins, was an entertaining and educational talk tonight. Be sure to come back and let us know if ethical should. You'll be the first to know. Thank you for having me here tonight. Thank you for the explanation about 1, 2, and 3 audios. Thank you so much for 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 your attention, and see ya.